Hello, hello, Ederson Oliveira here. This is the DNN tip of the week, and today I'll be answering a question that came from David Doberstein. He says, we would like to change the from address on site notifications. Currently, everything comes from, and then he says the email address, as that user is the default admin when we add a new child portal. I couldn't find anything of help on the DNN community forums. Can you please help? So this tip of the week is about how you can change the from email address of any notifications that go out from your DNN website. I hope you enjoy it. And by the way, if you have a question about DNN, please send me that question. I will be more than happy to address as one of the DNN tip of the week. The email address is below. Before I tell you about the DNN tip of the week, I want to bring to your attention our sponsor, Manage.com. Why do I have them as a sponsor? Because I use them, because I trust them, because I have been running my business on their hosting environment for over 7 years now. I trust them. I have used other providers, but at the end of the day, I go back to them because of their support level and their technical abilities as well. Let me tell you, no other hosting provider out there will call you on the phone to give you the status update of your ticket. Nobody will do that. And I get that from Manage.com. That's what differentiates them. It's not only the technical side, which they are very good as well, the best one in the DNN space and beyond that, but they are also very good when it comes to support, when it comes to the personal touch. So my recommendation to you is host with them. You will not get disappointed. They have good rates and great, awesome support. That's it. Let's go back to our tip of the week. Okay, so first of all, it should go without saying that the first thing that you have to do to be able to send emails from your DNN website is to have SMTP settings correctly in place on your DNN site. So this is a DNN 911. I'm already logged in as super user to the backend. Then I can go to settings and then servers, and then go to server settings, and the first tab is SMTP server. So you have to have this information in order. I'm not gonna go through this because that's not the goal of the video. The video is assuming that this is working for you and you actually just want to change the from email address on any communication coming out of the website. I'm gonna give an example. Here is a typical new user registration email, welcome email, that goes to anyone that signs up on your DNN website. It's a welcome message, and as you can see, the from address is still coming as host@change.me, which is the default host email address. But of course, we need to change that. We want to change this. How can we do that? Very simple. In and out of the box DNN, the super user account will be the primary administrator of the website, of the new portal that you have just created. Where can we see that? Well, we can just go to settings, security, and then under login settings, you see primary administrator, which is set to the super user accounts that gets created whenever you create a new DNN a new DNN site. So the first approach that we're gonna use is we're gonna go to this account and change its email address. Just gonna go to manage users, and from here we're gonna go to super users, and we can change it from there. We can change the email address. So I'm just changing this to one of my email accounts. I'm gonna just save this. So after that's done, whenever someone registers to the website or whenever someone gets a notification coming from the website, the from address will become that new address from the user that is the primary administrator of the website. Now you may ask, okay, Anderson, but what if I have multiple portals and I want, let's say, each portal should have its own from email address. To be able to do that, I would recommend that you first create a new user, you set that user as an administrator, and then you set that administrator as the primary administrator of that site, of that portal. let's do that. So I'm just gonna click on add user. I'm going to save this user. Now I'm going to set this user as an administrator. So I'm gonna add a role to this user. I'm gonna click add. Perfect, so that's it. This user is admin user, and now I can go to security, and under primary administrator, I should be able to see the other user right here. The reason why we are not seeing is because this information is cached and we need to refresh the site. We need to kick the website. So I'm gonna go here to servers. I'm gonna clear cache, and hopefully that will be enough to be able to show us the second administrator. You see right here, I can now just select it. It's just an administrator. This user is not a super user. He only has access to this site, to this portal on this DNN instance. So we can select it here. We can save that. And now any new message coming out of the website will come with the from field, with the from in the email address being the from of this user that you have just picked as the new primary administrator. Now, the other side benefit of choosing a different user to be the primary administrator is that now the notifications that should go to the administrator of the website will be going to the email address of the new primary administrator. Notifications like problems on the website or a new user gets registered, those kinds of notifications will go to the email address of the primary administrator. Here's an example of a typical email that goes to the administrator of the website, just notifying the admin user that there is a new user registered on the website. Two ways that you can easily change the email address of the from notifications that are going out from within your DNN website. You can do it by changing the email address of the host user, or you can create a new user, set it as the admin of the site, and set it as the primary administrator. That's it for now. Thank you very much, and bye. If you like this DNN tip of the week and don't want to miss out anyone, subscribe.